Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Sunday message for September 1st of 2024. And here we are on Labor Day weekend. So we in the US, generally celebrate Labor Day on the first Monday in September. Now, a lot of writers say that it marks the unofficial end of summer, although right now with the temperature outside, I'm not sure that is the truth. Now, most of us generally have a day off from work, and we celebrate with barbecues and parades and getting together with family and friends. And however, underneath all of that, there is a deeper spiritual dimension that we might want to take a look at. At its core, Labor Day is an opportunity for us to honor and reflect on you know, the value of whatever work we're doing in our lives. From a spiritual perspective, work is not merely a means of earning a living, but it's a fundamental expression of our purpose and creativity down here on this earth. Now, many spiritual traditions emphasize that work can be a form of devotion, a path to self-realization, and a way to contribute to the greater good of the world. In many Eastern philosophies, such as Hinduism and Buddhism, work is viewed as an extension of one's dharma or duty. Now, according to these traditions, every individual has a unique role to play in the order of things. And fulfilling this role with thoughtfulness and integrity is actually considered a form of spiritual practice. In the Bhagavad Gita, for example, the idea of performing one's duty without attachment to what we will get out of that work is a central theme. Labor Day, from this perspective, be seen as a moment to honor the sacredness of our daily tasks and to recognize that every job, no matter how mundane, holds a fundamental value to our lives. Christianity, work is often seen as a way to serve others and to glorify God. The Bible contains numerous references to work and its importance. And for example, Colossians 3:23 states the idea of doing everything as if for the Lord is what we are on earth for. Labor Day can then be a time to reflect on how our work contributes to the well-being of others and to acknowledge that there might be a divine purpose behind what we do in our daily lives. In a lot of Western spiritual traditions, work is often associated with the concept of vocation, which suggests that work is not merely a job, but a calling or a passion that aligns with our deeper sense of purpose. In that case, Labor Day could be seen as an occasion to reconnect with the sense of calling and to really consider whether our current work aligns with our true values and passions. Rest, which is another key aspect of Labor Day, also holds significant spiritual meaning. Many spiritual traditions emphasize the importance of rest and rejuvenation as essential components of a balanced life. In Judaism, for example, the Sabbath is a weekly day of rest that is considered a holy and spiritually enriching practice. And similarly, in many indigenous cultures, there is a profound respect for the rhythms of nature and a need for periodic rest and renewal. Now, when I was growing up, there were many families in our church where no one did anything on that day. Even the women had a day off from cooking and cleaning, etc. That was not in my family, but it was in some other family. Rest, we have to understand, is not merely a physical necessity, but a spiritual one. It gives us the opportunity for reflection, for being in gratitude, and reconnecting with ourselves and our surroundings, our loved ones. So on Labor Day, taking a break from the demands of work allows us to just take a break and consider what the deeper aspects of our lives, our relationships, our personal growth, our connection to the world around us is all about. And it's a time to recharge not only our bodies, but also our spirits. Charles Fillmore believed that work was not just a means to an end or a way to earn a living, but it was a fundamental part of spiritual growth and expression. In many of his books and lectures, he emphasized key points about the spiritual aspects of work. Fillmore viewed work as a way to express divine creativity and purpose. He believed that every task, no matter how mundane, could be an expression of our inner divine nature when we approached any work we did with the right attitude. He saw work as an avenue for personal and spiritual development. By doing whatever we did conscientiously and with a sense of purpose, we could align ourselves more closely with spiritual principles and that we could grow in our understanding of our own divine nature. Fillmore also often shared the idea that work should be approached as a form of service to others. So by focusing on the service aspect, individuals could create their work to have a greater meaning and could connect it to their spiritual values. He also stressed the importance of a positive attitude towards work. He believed that a joyful, grateful, and enthusiastic approach could transform the work experience into a spiritual practice. Fillmore was one who also discussed the need for balance between work and other aspects of life, suggesting that harmony in our professional life and our personal life contributes to the overall well-being and spiritual health of not only every one of us, but to the collective as a whole. Now, most of you know I read a lot of the Saint Germain books. And to me, there have been several core issues that stand out about this work aspect. Saint Germain emphasized that work should be viewed as a spiritual practice. And by doing any work, no matter what it was, with the right intentions, that we can achieve self-realization and spiritual growth. The way we approach any job we do, not just for our income, but any job we're doing around the house, when we do it with, as he calls, dedication, love, and integrity, it can transform many mundane tasks we do into meaningful spiritual experiences and exercise. In his teaching, Saint Germain often discussed the concept of transmutation, transforming negative energy into positive energy. He suggested that when we're doing anything and we do it diligently and with love, we can transmute our own lower vibration into higher spiritual frequency. And just this simple process of doing everything with love and connection can align our personal energy with divine energy, divine principle. Work is often seen as a form of service to others. Saint Germain encouraged people to view whatever work they're doing as a contribution to the greater good, which creates a sense of interconnectedness and a collective progress for all of us. By aligning our personal growth with the welfare of others, work then becomes a form of purpose. The idea of mastery is central to Saint Germain's teaching, and he believed that discipline and perseverance in one's work not only led to professional, but also it cultivated an inner mastery and a spiritual discipline for us. And this aligns with the concept that personal growth and spiritual advancement are totally intertwined in our work ethic. He also highlighted the sacred nature of work, suggesting that every job, no matter how ordinary it may seem, actually holds spiritual significance when we perform it with the right conscience. This perspective actually encourages us to look at everything we are doing with a reverence and helps us to see them as opportunities for spiritual expression. The book, The Way of Mastery, which is a book that several of us are studying, also has several things to say about our lives. The book emphasizes that work should be seen as a form of creative expression and a way to contribute to the world, and that it's critical that we find some form of work that fuels a passion in us. However, it also very definitely emphasized that every job, no matter what it is, when we approach it with a higher kind of love, it becomes an opportunity to express our divine nature. The Way of Mastery also teaches that true mastery involves integrating spiritual awareness with our everyday action. This means that work is not just a physical or mental activity, but a spiritual practice when we align our actions with higher consciousness. Now, the teachings really encourage us to bring present moment mindfulness into our work. And I'm sure a lot of us have read about being present in the present moment. But by being fully present in each moment and each task we're doing, we can actually transform work into a meditative and a way to deepen our own spiritual connection, not only with ourselves, but with everyone around us. Now, the real key in the Way of Mastery is about letting go of judgment about the work we do. What we do is so less important than the intention and love with which we do it. By letting go of all judgment, we can find a great satisfaction, spiritual significance in any type of work that we do. And it also helps us keep out of judgment of the work that others are doing, which is a real key aspect for us all on this spiritual path. The teachings also suggest that work should align with one's authentic self and our passions. And when work is done joyfully and from a place of inner truth, it actually becomes a source of joy and spiritual nourishment. The text also touches on the idea that work can be a means of healing. So, by approaching any work with a mindset of love and service, we can help to heal our own inner wounds and contribute to the healing of others and the world. And so, as we celebrate this glorious Labor Day weekend, remember that all of you are celebrating. Not only are you celebrating work that's being done, but that by celebrating any work you do, no matter what it is, with love, joy, peace, harmony, you're contributing to our own spiritual growth and the spiritual growth of all humanity. So, thank you for listening to this talk for our Labor Day weekend. God bless each and every one of you. And may every one of you have a wonderful, beautiful, safe holiday weekend. God bless.